been wanting to debate you. You said you was gonna get on, but you kind of ran from me. Remember that?
I ran
You,
from you.
you,
We
you were
spoke
like,
for
you were
like
like,
2 hours.
hey, bro. You was like, I'm gonna get on tomorrow,
We
and then
spoke
and
for like
then
yeah, okay. So when I say I'm gonna get on, usually it means if I have time to get on because as an adult I have things to do.
you're so stupid. You're not funny, bro. You're not cool, bro. You're not cool. Bro. All right,
Um,
look.
wait, hold on. Why are you being mean today? Like what? Like
not
why are
not
you
being
being?
mean, not being mean, but it's like, dude, like what? You're an adult. I'm an adult too, bro.
I didn't say you wasn't. I
Okay,
just said as an adult I have shit to do.
right, but like you're saying as an adult, I could debate this too. Like you're saying
As
as
an
an adult,
adult,
so
as an
kids can be
adult I have shit
busy.
to
Can
do.
kids be busy? They
Sure.
say as like as a human. You know what I mean?
No, as an adult I have adult things to do. Kids don't do adult
Well,
things, right?
okay, but okay, you're all right. Okay, okay, adult. Okay, you're saying adult now. All right, you're saying adult, but
I
you
said
said
adult the whole
adult.
time.
So kid, I'm asking, can kids be busy?
Yes, but I said as an adult, I have my days are busy because I go to work. I have to make
Okay, so
dinner.
as an
I
adult,
have to
right?
do shit. Like I have to do adult shit. Kids don't do adult shit, right?
Do adults do
Or
kid
at least
shit?
I hope don't. Do adults do kid shit? God, I hope not. But if they do,
Oh.
then I mean, you know,
So if as a kid you can't do adult shit because like what would you consider as adult shit, bro?
working a 9 to 5
Oh, okay.
as an
I can cut
example.
grass from 9 to 5.
Do what?
Like I'm not even gonna do this to you, bro. I'm not even gonna do you that on this topic. I'm gonna do you that on body count. You remember? You
On this
remember? You remember?
topic, what?
Yeah, you remember our body count discussion, bro?
I very much do. Yes.
Oh, hey, I'm just saying. I'm just gonna tell you this right now. This is from where I'm from. We kind of make jokes. That's why at first I was kind of like, you said I was kind of mean. I didn't mean it like that. I just be like, yeah, it's from where I'm from. We just talk like that, right? So like, look, this is what I'm saying, bro. Look, this is what I'm saying, bro. It, I, you know who I got one of these topics from?
Who?
At. I ain't gonna say his name.
At.
At. And
I don't know who that
and
is.
and ooh
And
and ooh.
oh, Andrew.
Put put two and two together. All right, right. So look, this is what I'm saying. Like,
Well, that's a bad role model, by the way, but okay.
he, he
You're
he
breaking up,
actually said
Dave.
something smart for the first time. Oh,
Oh, well.
let me go
I
back.
mean,
Let me go back
a broken
inside.
clock is right,
It's-
twice a day. So
Yeah, you're so cool. Okay, look, you ready for this, bro? Okay. He said he said gold is valuable because not so many people have it. And you could kind of compare it to a woman's body count if you actually, because like it's one thing when people could say um when everybody wants her but can have her, but it's different when like everybody wants her but like can't have her. Yeah, that's just or like couldn't say they had her. I should say, yeah, like everybody wants her but like they couldn't say they had her. Yeah, I mean on some else, you know what I'm saying, like you know what I'm saying, like you know how it is, bro. Animal days, what are you doing? I'm just debating Matt. Um, yeah, you know what I'm saying, but like I said, Matt. Like I said,
no, I mean, yeah, comparing women to gold. Okay, sure. I mean, they are as precious as gold, but they're not gold. Gold is only valuable because we make it valuable. We choose to make it valuable. There's nothing inherent about gold that makes it valuable, right? Gold is no
okay, but
different.
you're saying you don't
Gold
care
is
about
just an element that has more atoms than any other element, right? So, I mean, it's no
okay,
different than
yeah,
carbon. It's no different than a diamond, right?
right. But if everybody had it, would it be valuable?
No, it's because people don't have it, or it's because it's
Exactly.
relatively
It's
rare that
it's
it makes it
it's because
valuable.
people can't say
Yes, people
right. It's because people.
we assign value to it though. I'm saying that the reason why we care so much is because we like it, right? But my point is
So
we decide that
oh,
we care. Some people don't like gold.
I'm about to clock you once again. All right, it's like you could contradict what you be saying to yourself, but you never see it, right? You said we make it valuable. We
We make it
make
valuable.
low body counts valuable, bro.
No, we determine on the individual level whether or not we care about gold, and that is what makes it more valuable. I don't give a shit about gold that much. It's not valuable to me. Gold is just an element like any other element. There are other things that I care about. If somebody cares about gold, then that's what they like, and that's what makes it valuable, right? And so you care about body count because it matters to you. It doesn't matter to me. My point is there's nothing that actually is relevant to the body count
Okay.
topic because you care about it, but I don't. Many people care about it, some people don't. That's what.
Okay.
That's why I don't think it's a point. Like if you want to care about it, fine, go ahead and care about it.
Right.
But you shouldn't
I
then be telling other people that they
I
should care
I
about it.
have a I have a hypothetical question for you.
Sure.
All right, and just answer which one you'll take. Honestly, okay. We have two females, right? They look exactly the
Women,
same.
yeah.
Two. Sorry, my fault. My fault. Two women. They look exactly the same. They look. Everything's identical, and like they're exactly your type, Matt. Like whatever you see in a woman,
You
and it's
already
your
asked me this
type.
question, by the way.
Right. No, I didn't. Well, I probably
Yeah,
did.
you
I don't
did.
know. I don't remember. Look. We had
I do
these two women,
remember.
right? Okay, and everything's the same about them. Emotionally, physically, everything like to the bottom.
And I told
To
you
the
already, I
right,
said in that situation, right, it
right,
depends on what the
yeah,
body count is. If the woman
right.
has 30 people,
Exactly. One has one. One has 1,000. Which one? Not realistically 30, and one has like two. Okay, one has 30, one has two. Which one are you picking, bro?
and they're exactly the same.
Right, they're exactly the same in every other aspect. That's the
Oh,
only
then
difference about it. The body
it's the
count.
only difference. Then it wouldn't even matter me at all. In fact, I even told you
So which one
remember
would you
that I
take?
said days. I said days. Remember, I said that I prefer the woman that has experience over the one that doesn't have experience. Remember me
Ah,
saying that?
nah, man. I remember that. That's not real, bro. You're not being real. Incel.
Not that
Come
I'm
on, Sandy.
saying, but like no, but see, the reason why I don't like that hypothetical is because saying that a person has a 30 body count versus a 2 body count, but they're exactly the same in all ways, right? Makes it so
It's a
that the body count
hypothetical.
is not relevant at all because they're exactly the same in all ways. Like they're exactly the
Right,
same.
but
There's nothing different about them.
right, exactly. The thing that's different is their body count. So which one are you picking? Like,
Exactly.
would
And
you?
because body count doesn't matter to me, the hypothetical doesn't work because I don't care. As I said, when there's nothing
Okay,
different about them, like for example, had
right,
you said
right.
had you said that they're exactly the same, but their body count is different, and they have this other quality. For example, the one with the 2 body count, is I don't know, maybe it is like smarter or something, and the one with the 30 is
Right,
like more rich. That gives me something to compare. I don't care about the body count because it doesn't matter to
right.
me. That's my point.
Right. Right. Okay. It doesn't matter to you. Chat. Watch how I'm about to do them. Xavier. I see you in the comments. Watch how I'm about to do them. Okay. It doesn't matter. Look. You just said you just put yourself in the hole, bro. You just said it does not matter because I just don't care. It's just a body. It's just another body. Who really cares? Like,
I
I
only
mean,
don't
it doesn't
care
really
when
matter.
they're exactly the same in
Right.
your
Right.
hypothetical.
Okay. Yeah. They're exact. Okay. Even if they were different, I'm gonna get off this hypothetical because you just put yourself in a deep rabbit hole, bro. Ready? Now you have to justify cheating, bro. You gotta justify cheating because you said a body. It's just a body count. It's just another body count, bro. Who really cares? If she
What does
cheats
the
on you,
body
it
count
shouldn't
have to do
matter,
with
right?
cheating?
Like it
Completely
doesn't
separate
matter to you,
topic.
right? It
Body
wouldn't matter
count
to you,
has
like
no
if she
body
cheated,
count. No, body count has no
right?
relevance to cheating.
So it doesn't
We went
because
over this
with
already, by the
cheating,
way. We spoke about this for like 2 hours about how you brought up cheating last time, and I told you that it had no relevance to body count. Someone who somebody
nah.
sleeps with.
Yes, bro.
What's your definition of like cheating?
My fault. And I read it wrong. It said X. It said it minus out the equal. My fault. So look,
Oh, you're reading that chat.
this is why this. Yeah. This is why. Here's why I say you kind of have to like say you don't really care about cheating is because it's just a body to you. Yeah, that's
Days.
your chat.
What I'm talking about, Days, is how it relates to time. What they did prior to knowing me is none of my business. It's about when they get to know me and they're in my life. That's when I start to care. That's why your cheating analogy doesn't work, because you cannot cheat on somebody when you didn't know somebody, nor when you were with somebody. That's the definition of cheating. It's when you step out of a one relationship, like some kind of social contract, and you then break that contract that you didn't have with somebody. If we never had a contract, then there's no breaking.
So okay, look, man, this is my only question to you now, bro. Why would body count? Okay. My question. All right, look. This is gonna be my question to you, bro. If your girlfriend, or if this girl you're about to make your girlfriend had 1,000 bodies, why wouldn't you care?
Say that again.
All right,
If a
I
girl,
gotta be realistic. My fault. 300. All right, let's say 300.
no, just give me
Why?
any number. I don't care. I have a
Yeah.
threshold. No, you never hear me say.
Okay.
I have never said that I don't care about body count at all. I never said that.
You did say
I
that.
said
You said
no. I said I
you
don't
just
care about
said
body count.
you don't care about what happened in the
I
past.
said no. Yes.
Oh my
yes.
God.
Yes. I
You don't care about what happened in the past.
Yes, I don't care
It
what
won't
happened in the
matter.
past.
So
But
all these bodies won't matter to you.
What you didn't ask me was when I had a limit. For example, last time we talked about this, I brought up Gene Simmons, right? How Gene Simmons had said with like 3,000 women. That's his claim, right? I find that disgusting just as much as I find a woman who slept with 3,000 men disgusting. Why? Because it's the way that I view sex and the way that I view that. Now 3,000 versus 30 is very different. Right? 3,000 versus 40 is very different. And also age matters too. If the person is 18 and has 40 bodies, that is also very different. Right?
But like you said, it don't matter what happened in the past. Temporal. However you said it.
When
Temporal. Right?
temporal, but no, yes, it doesn't matter what happened in their past, and I'm not going to judge them for that past. That doesn't mean that I don't have boundaries. For example, should somebody get with me or become interested in me and they have 1,000 body count, I'm going to be asking questions, right? Because I have questions about what that means beyond that. Okay, no one is saying that body count doesn't matter in its entirety, because I'm going to judge somebody that has slept with 5,000 people in the span of 5 years or something, right? I'm gonna, I'm saying that my boundaries on a personal limit matter, but I don't think body count in of itself matters. Because I'm not going to say, oh, you slept with 10 people. Oh my God. Oh no, 10 people. That doesn't matter to me. But I do have boundaries about what it means later on once you start to approach the upper limit of that. Yes, I got a haircut, everybody. Does that make sense, Days?
All right, bro.
It's not that hard to understand. I mean, I hold the opinion that I think most people hold, which is that someone's past really doesn't matter until you get with them, and then you start asking questions. And if they say that they slept with 1,000 people or 500 people, then I'm gonna start asking questions, and I want to get to know why they did that, or what about it? Are they clean? Are they healthy? Are they this and that? Like that's what I want to know.
Temporal. That's what I have to tell you now. Temporal. Time, it don't matter.
Yes, what about time?
Time. It was before your time. So whatever happened before your time doesn't matter in that time to you.
You're right. No, I agree.
So it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter until they involve me in it.
No, it doesn't matter because you're not involved because you weren't in the the process.
Oh my God! What? Okay, Days. I'm gonna make this clear as day. Well, I'm gonna make as clear as I can to you. Okay, listen to what I'm saying.
Clear as days.
Yeah. Clear as days. Now just listen. Okay, what I'm telling you is that the very that the concept of body count doesn't matter to me in of itself. Okay, whether it's 2 people, 3 people, 5 people, 10 people, it doesn't matter to me. But I still have an upper limit in which I'm going to be asking questions and be wondering why, and in which my personal.
So I knew how to debate, bro. Like, all right, so you a professional, bro. I need tag team. I need a partner. You too professional, man. I need help. Zay, request up. I need help. You too professional, bro. I can't.
It's not that hard to understand. Like Days, the reason why you can't debate it is because I'm making sense, and you can't and your brain's like, oh my god, I don't know what to do with this logic. I'm giving you logic right now about how it shouldn't matter. And by the way, the whole crux of it too that I didn't mention is that you are putting more value on a woman's body count versus a man's body count, which is inherently
Yeah,
misogynist.
of course.
Which is
Like,
the main
this-
reason, because you're treating women different than you treat men, which is the definition of being sexist.
No, bro.
See that-
Well, you got
see that, Dave? See how that works?
You gotta. All right, now we're getting on to something new because like now you got because y'all anything you try to do to like tell a woman something different is always misogynist. Is always sexist,
No.
Is always,
Telling somebody,
it's always that.
telling somebody something is different than saying that they should do it and saying that that it matters to their being and their existence and their judgment. For example, saying that women that have high body counts are less people or not worthy of love or less worthy overall is being sexist because you would not say the same thing about a man. That's what makes it sexist. Not that you're sexist. I'm saying that the argument is sexist. And if you believe it and then you actually act on it, then it makes you sexist. Treating women differently than
I'm not
men
trying to lose.
in a negative
I'm not
way
losing. I'm not
is
losing, bro.
sexist.
I'm not losing, bro. I'm coming back. Yeah, hold on, give me a second. Let me let something form in my head. Cause like I've been giving you point after point after point, even though I'm not no
And
professional.
I've been knocking each point down, by the way. Each point I've knocked
But,
down,
like,
which is why you're struggling to come up with a new one.
Still in all, I kind of defeat you in every argument that we ever had anyway. So it's like,
Then why can't you challenge my logic then?
dude, last time I destroyed you, bro.
And yet you bring up the same
no.
arguments, and I brought those down once again.
Cause you studied, man. You studied
I didn't
my
study
logic.
anything. I didn't study anything. I just
Hey,
this
let
is what I'm
Zay in.
saying.
Let Zay. Let
I
my
don't know
friend
who Zay
Zay.
is.
He's my friend. He's my friend.
Okay.
Zay, how old are you?
Okay. All right.
Zay,
Hear me out.
Wait,
Zay.
Zay. Before you start talking,
Both of you, be quiet.
no.
Both of Zay, how old are you? Zay.
18.
When's your birth year?
07.
All right. What do you want to say, Zay?
Okay, so y'all were talking about how like treating men and women differently is sexist, right?
It can be, yes.
Okay, so hear me out. If you would have a daughter and a son, would you treat them the same or would you treat them different?
The same. I'm not going
Why
to
would you
treat...
no, because
Why
you
the
gotta
hell
you
would I
gotta
do... Why the hell would I
you gotta
treat my
treat them
daughter any different than my
100%
son?
different. Because think about it. You want to treat your men. You want to treat your son to be a man, and because this world is hard, you cannot lie. This world is hard. So you
don't treat
yes,
them
100%.
differently.
And you want-
WZ.
Yes, I'm so serious. You have to treat your daughters and your sons different. Like everybody in the comment section, I hear y'all saying, you gotta treat them different.
No,
if
Zay,
you gotta
Zay.
treat your daughter 100%
Zay,
different.
I don't have to mute you. Be quiet, Zay. Listen, treating them differently is different than having them be socialized in certain ways. Treating them means that you're saying that they're different than one another on some kind of grading scale. I'm not going to do that with a son or a daughter. That makes no sense because I love them both equally. They're both my children, correct? If I love them equally, why am I going to treat them differently?
I'm not saying love one less. I'm just saying
To
you gotta
treat somebody implies that
Right.
that one is of lesser
No.
than the other because you're treating them differently. I'm not going to be
No,
more
because
difficult
you-
on my son than I am on my daughter.
No,
But
I'm not
male
saying
and
you
female are
love
completely
anybody
two
less.
different
I'm just
beings.
saying
One
you gotta
person
parent
speak at a
different.
time.
They're two different people. Sorry. Wait, let me say this,
yes,
bro.
they are
we're
different
the
people,
same,
but
but
I'm
we're
treating them
different.
both
We're the
the
same, but we're
same.
different. So okay,
We're the
you
same, but
wouldn't, you
we're
wouldn't
different.
treat
No,
you wouldn't
that,
treat like
sorry,
a dog. The dog is
that's
the same as a cat,
contradictory.
bro.
Okay, so if you would have, do you have kids?
No.
You don't have kids. Okay, so
I
if
do.
you would
How's it
have
going?
a son and a daughter, okay, if you would have a son
Thank
and
you.
a daughter, would you like? I'm not saying love them different or treat them different. I'm saying would your parenting style be completely different between the two? Like this is so like let's say I have kids. I'm just saying let's say I have kids, okay? Let me speak. Let me give to my point. If I have kids, I would treat my son to be tough and to be strong for this world. And because this world is hard and everything. And then I would treat my daughter what to expect from a guy. I would treat her what she, like how she deserves. Because once she
Right.
leaves my house, now it's not, I can't protect her.
You're
And
using
I,
the wrong verb. It's not treat. It's teach. You're teaching your son to do certain things. You're teaching your daughter certain things. To treat them means how you view them, and so you're using the wrong verb.
Okay,
so I
but
would
you know
treat
what
them
I'm
the
talking
same,
about, right?
but
You know what I'm talking
by,
about, but
by
you're gonna,
your
like-
argument, what you're saying is that you would teach them differently, but you would treat them the same.
Wait,
It's not.
but
so
you see what
no,
he
but,
means.
But
Yeah, but
no,
you know what I
No,
mean,
in
though.
fact, I don't, because I don't look at it as boys going into men have to have certain roles. I let them go into the role that they want to have.
You have
if I
to
had a
teach
son,
them their roles,
if I had
though.
a son who preferred to be more feminine, guess
saying
what?
boys can't
I'm going.
cry? Oh, you sad fuck.
What? Why are you yelling?
Dude,
What?
No, the people in the comment section.
Yes,
no one
my,
said boys can't cry.
My point is that I am not in favor of forcing these stereotypes about men and women onto my children or onto children in general. I rather them grow into it and find what makes them comfortable. If I had a son who liked to be more feminine, then I'm going to let him lean into that. I'm not going to say, "How dare you do that?" I'm going to make you have to be strong
No,
and this and that,
bro.
because I don't have preconceived notions about masculinity and about femininity.
Okay, so there,
Nah,
especially
you're
in the Bible, okay, in the Bible, men are supposed to lead. Okay, men are
The
supposed to
Bible
lead.
never says anything about men
Yeah.
leading. By the
Okay.
way.
Well, you can
There
go
are
look
plenty
it
of
up.
examples in the
I'm
Bible.
I'm not gonna
of,
sit
of
here and yell
women
at
who
each other.
lead.
Okay, men are supposed to lead, and men are supposed to be the stronger person. Women are supposed to be the person to help out. You know, like men buy the house, women make it the home. The roles
In the
should
Bible,
never be
men
reversed.
bought the
right,
women. What the
that's-
fuck are you
hey,
talking
nice.
about? Wait, hold
Nice.
on, Zay. I know that you don't even believe this because in the Bible, men bought the wife. You don't believe in buying women, do you?
I mean, shit. If it is what it is, I mean, at the end of the day. No, dude, I'm just joking. No, I do not. I'm just saying, men have certain roles, and women have certain roles. You know,
We only
men are
have
supposed
roles.
to
only
be
have
stronger.
Roles. No, we only have roles because society says that's what you're supposed.
No,
what
it's
you're
not the
supposed to
truth.
do. No, it's not. There are plenty of women I know who are much stronger than men, both in physical and
Let me tell
mentally.
you something. I would never raise a son to be a fucking woman.
Right.
I would never
One,
raise my
no
son
one,
to
one,
act
no
like
one,
a female.
well, no, see, and that's your problem, Zay, is already you're treating it as a bad thing. You're saying, how dare a boy be feminine? How dare a boy
It
act
is
like a
bad.
woman? Then, okay, yeah, then Zay, I'm sorry, you're a misogynist and you're a sexist. And,
Hey, you know what? I'm
and
proud.
You know what?
I am proud.
Yeah, you're proud, and so
Look,
Days,
look.
that's who you're. So Days, this is your friend, huh? You like associating yourself
This
with
is- this
a
is-
fucking misogynist and a sexist and a woman hater?
No, you got us saying
You wanted me
us-
to bring
the
up
way-
this piece of shit,
The way
so
we grew
what?
up, you're saying we're just like this is how we were raised.
Yes, I
We were
can
raised,
change
like,
the
this
tire
is
handle.
how. You know what I mean? This is how we were raised, bro. We're
So
raised from listening to this.
Well, I don't give a shit. Don't
So
use that
us,
excuse
us,
how you were
us
raised.
giving us
Don't use that
giving
excuse
us
how you
giving
were
you
raised.
listen to what I'm saying. Us giving you our perspective of how we see this, and you're just calling us misogynists from how we're giving you perspective.
He
By the way,
said-
we're
he-
1918.
So by your
Okay,
age,
okay,
I
hold
was.
on. Let me
I don't
say
give a shit
this.
what age you are. I'm not going to treat
Okay.
you like children.
Okay, let me say this. Let me speak, and I'll let you know when I'm done speaking. Men and women have different roles, okay? We have different roles. Men are supposed to be manly. They're supposed to learn to change a tire, fix stuff around the house. Women are supposed to be the ones to take care of the house, take care of the kids. I mean, men supposed to take care of the kids too, but, you know, clean, do the dishes, all that. I'm just saying, I would teach my son those kinds of things because that's what a man place is. They're supposed to be the
Right.
provider and they're supposed to be the protector of the house. Now, women, I would teach them to do like women shit. And that's what my wife's job is. To
No,
Like-
teach
like
the
exactly.
woman
love
to
of
do
men.
women,
Women
and
shit.
my
There's,
job
there's
is
no
to
such
teach
thing
the-
as women shit or men shit. What? There are plenty of women who can change a fucking tire and are good at it. There's plenty of men who don't know how to change a tire and don't know how to
Thank
do
you,
it.
Jeremy.
Saying all this bullshit about whether or not someone can do these roles doesn't make them more valuable of a person as a man or a woman. There are plenty of men out there
Not-
who are very feminine and they're perfectly fine. In fact, they're probably better than all of us. They're very successful. They're going about their life, and it doesn't matter about the roles. I don't understand why you're so focused on these roles, which is one of the reasons why your generation is going to be so fucked up, because women are not going to get with you because they think that you are
What?
sexist
Okay,
and fucking
okay,
misogynist,
no.
which is
Okay.
why you guys have such trouble getting women. Because
That's
look at the
cap.
chat. Look at the chat.
Let me tell you something, pal.
Dude, okay, the chat is one thing. They're on your side, Matt. These are your fans. They're obviously gonna be on your side.
Go look at the
They
stats.
have these
Dave.
dots.
Go look
They're
at the stats.
scared to
Gen
say
Gen Z is and Gen Alpha especially, as they go into it, are not dating anymore. They're not having sex anymore. They're not doing anything anymore. Mainly because women and men are diverging because you guys have these fucked up beliefs,
yeah.
and women don't
There
want to be
may be-
associated with
But
you.
who
Right,
raised
there
us?
may be
though?
diverging. Who raised us? Y'all raised us.
Y'all
Your
raised
generation
us,
raised
so
us,
don't-
bruh.
Not me.
Stop
I didn't
playing.
raise you. I didn't raise you.
No, but
Wait,
your
wait,
generation
you
raised my
millennial.
generation. My generation would be fucked if y'all would be better parents. I'm just saying, y'all were raised by y'all's
Blame the
parents'
parents. Yeah,
generation,
okay, blame
and
the
they
parents,
beat the
yeah.
shit
Yeah,
out of
blame
y'all.
the
didn't they?
parents,
You have a
dude.
brain
But now
to,
that
like, think.
they beat the shit out of us, oh, now it's a bad thing because your
Break the
generation's
cycle.
fucked.
Wait, hold on. Break the cycle then. Why do you have to believe what they believe? Why don't you think critically for a second? Sit down and think about what you are saying, and that they think critically and say, you know what, maybe my parents were wrong and how they treated me, and I'm going to be better and I'm going to break the cycle. Why not do that?
Right.
And instead, you're becoming
But
cheap,
not
you're
everybody
falling
has
into
these
it.
conversations, Matt. You're not even you looking at it as like this
You're
from
not
a
even
one-way
willing to
perspective.
what I'm saying anyway. You
Dude,
think that you're
we
right.
listening to you. We listening to you, but like you see what we saying though. Y'all's generation raised us. So if you questioning us,
Yeah, it's like me blaming the baby boomers for like raising me poorly or something, right? Sure, there are bad parents out there, right? But you have to have enough intelligence to be able to go out in the world and see that it's wrong. And also, by the way, listen to the women in your life. There are plenty of women on this app and also
The
in
women
life
say the same.
that have you said that they wouldn't agree with you. No, hold on. What Zay just said about women having a place and that men are better and all that other shit. No, women do not
Nobody
agree
said
with
men
that.
are better than women.
he never said that.
I never
Why did
You
said
say
said
that.
you
He
said
never
that
said
they
it.
have a
I
place.
said that
they
they
have a
both
role.
have certain roles, and each person, like, I'm saying that they have certain roles. I never said anybody was over anybody.
Okay, no. When a woman wants to do man shit, as you said, or do a manly role, such as changing a tire,
Right.
does that make them bad or make them like not women in your view?
No, but they really shouldn't be doing that. They should have a
I'm
man
asking you,
already
Dave.
like
That's insane.
if she's my fault. I'm going.
Zay,
What's up?
if a woman does man stuff, such as changing tires or I don't know, working on cars or something else, I don't know, whatever it is, does that make her less of a woman?
No, this is what I'm saying. I'm not about to sit here and just yell at you. I'm not about to get yelled at either. I know I joined the live and everything. But I think that I believe in independency. I believe it. I think women are independent. I think some men are independent. But this is my thing. I think just because a woman is able to do it doesn't mean she should. Like, just because a woman should open the door of the car doesn't mean she should. I'm saying they
Or
have
can,
a place. I'm saying they have a place, and I
See,
feel
that's
like
my problem, Zay.
that's
my
the
problem,
thing.
Zay. You're giving ought statements, should and ought. You're saying it ought to be this way. It ought to be this way. It should be this way, meaning that you're assigning a moral value to it. What I'm saying is, it doesn't matter what somebody's role is. If a woman wants to do quote unquote man stuff or do man shit, it doesn't mean anything. There's no ought statement there. It just is. Women who like doing man stuff or doing things that are associated with men is perfectly fine, and it doesn't impact you at all. Same thing with men. Men that do more feminine stuff doesn't impact you at all. There's no ought statement here. And you're connecting it to some kind of moral statement about value. And I'm saying there's no moral statement to be made. You might prefer that your woman do all these like feminine things. Fine. That's for you to find a partner that like that wants to do that. But you should not push it onto people because the unless you can give me a good reason, a good logical moral reason why a woman and a man should behave in this way because of some kind of benefit to society or because for something, then I'm not going to believe it because art statements need to be backed up by evidence. And so far, all you said is I believe this, and you give no evidence for it. And then you cited the Bible, and you totally forgot, about the strong women in the Bible who like led entire houses and rode in armies. People like Deborah, for example, right? You totally negate all of that. But like that's my point: is that saying art statements have to be brought up and have to be given for a base reasoning, and I've heard no reasoning.
Yeah, but every time I give a reasoning, you give some bullshit other reasoning that the Bible also says. So I gave a reason that the Bible says, and you go and say, "Well, the Bible also says to buy women."
Yes,
when nobody ever said
because the
shit
Bible
about
contradicts
that.
itself. You can
Okay,
say,
but I'm
for example,
giving
you
a
can
good
cite-
reason what the
you can
Bible
cite
puts, and
Genesis
nobody said.
2,
If you
and I'm
can
gonna
tell
cite
me
you-
what Bible verse that says men should buy women, I will give you and cash up you $20 if you can show
okay,
me.
yeah, sure, yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah, let's see. I
You got
want
it.
to see. I never heard this.
I have never
Man.
heard anything saying that men should buy women.
Oh, well, prepare to.
Yeah,
What
nothing.
was the rest of
Nothing.
this one? But
Wow.
Zay Days 2044. I appreciate that.
Yeah, exactly.
President, vice president type.
Loki.
Nah, but I ain't gonna lie, Zay Mad's pretty. He cool, but like our beliefs different, man. Like I just can't get on par with what he's saying.
I'm not bashing him for his beliefs. I'm
Right.
just speaking my beliefs, but I'm not
Yeah,
about
we
to.
try
You know what I'm
we
saying?
try to educate him onto what we know.
you're not educating me about any of this shit. Like what? Like
Okay, well, I'm trying to see if it actually says about buying women.
I'm just
You
waiting.
say it sounds like puberty hasn't kicked in yet, buddy. I'm actually the one in here talking, and you're in a comment section. Speak when spoken to.
Either there.
Hey, let's see what Matt got up for us, man. Matt, you like Diet Coke, bro?
No. Diet Coke is fine, but I'm not going to drink it.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie.
Why you like Diet Coke?
Yes, I'm drinking some right now. I be having like those 2 liters. I have one every day.
2 liters
Probably not
every
healthy,
day?
but I mean, it's been like this for a month.
Jesus.
I'll drink my water. Don't worry.
Diet Coke cures cancer. Yo, is that the method?
Yo, is that the method, bro?
Diet Coke curing cancer. Yeah, okay.
Yo, that might be the method.
Diet Coke. Let's say surgery a woman drink. Nice. Isn't Diet Coke for girls? I don't know. I never heard that before. Trump said it kills cancer. It probably does if Trump said it. You know what? Keep drinking that. Let's
Matt, does it say it or no?
Wait, hold up.
In Deuteronomy
wait,
22, it says,
See,
"The man who lie with her shall give 50 shekels of silver to the young man's father, and she shall become his wife." That's one example. You can also cite the marriage of Jacob and Rachel. So that's
That makes no
Genesis
sense.
31.
They didn't buy the woman. The father got money from it, so he probably passed the woman
No,
down.
the
because he's giving
man
her.
paid. No, you know what a dowry is?
Nah.
It's back in the day before modern love. A man would pay the father to then be able to marry the daughter. That's what I was saying about people paying the father to be able to marry the daughter. It's called a
Hey,
dowry.
but nobody's buying women though.
Not today, because we have granted women actual autonomy. But you cited the Bible, and I'm saying in the Bible there are plenty of examples of men paying fathers to get access to their daughters.
Hold on. What
That's my
Bible
point.
verse was that again?
I said the one that I gave was Deuteronomy 22, but you can also go to Genesis 34 also, and Exodus 22 also. There are many examples of
34.
Genesis 34 says
34 what? 30 verse
12.
what? 12?
Make the price for the bride and the gift I am to bring as great as you like, and I'll pay whatever you ask me. Only give me the young woman as my wife.
Huh.
Someone has to choose to break the cycle and begin the process of spiritual healing. It's
Alright.
it's God's putting them together. It's not them buying each other. Oh fuck!
A man
It's a
pays the
spiritual
father.
bond.
A
Nobody's buying
man,
anything.
a man pays the father access to the daughter. Yes, that's my point.
Yeah,
God
it's
put
called
that
a blessing.
together.
Rachel.
It's called a
It's
blessing.
called a blessing.
No.
God put that together.
No. It's so common back in the day that we have a word for it. Dowry. A dowry is a payment made to the father for access to the daughter. We have its own word for it.
Yeah, I would ask my girlfriend's father for his blessing to marry it.
No, that's not a dowry though. That's
what
not
it
a
is.
dowry. That's not a dowry. Back in the day, the man would pay the father something, money or animals or crops or something, in order to compensate the father for losing his daughter, because back then women were seen as property that belonged to the father. That's why the father had the right to sell his daughter. See, that's why you shouldn't cite the
I
Bible,
know.
because you guys don't even believe in that shit anymore. But less than 200 years, that was common practice. People would give animals over, like for example, like 3 goats. And the father said, "Okay, that's enough. Now I'm gonna allow you to marry my daughter," because the father is literally transferring property from the father to the husband. That's
So with
why.
slavery, you know, you don't hear anybody bitching about it.
What?
Said so was slavery, but you don't hear anybody bitching about it.
We bitched about it for like 500 years. What the fuck are you talking about? We had wars over it.
I don't
We
think
still
so.
talk about it. Oh, and by the way, you owe me $25.
No, I'm not paying you shit.
That's not very
'cause
manly of
no.
you.
No, because you,
Wait,
you
no,
quoted the
'cause
Bible and they literally
quoted
did not
the
say it.
Bible,
You're
but it
literally calling
wasn't-
it out of
You owe me
context.
25, but okay. But you know, it's not
No,
very
I'll be
manly
honest.
of you to like go back on your word.
He
Not very
you
masculine.
didn't prove any.
You didn't prove any point. You literally
I
proved
did.
my
Father
point.
now.
I did. I gave you. I even gave you the word for it. A dowry. I even gave you the word. Go look at what a dowry is.
It literally. Hold on.
Go look at what a dowry is. Like its definition is a man paying the father or the family for access to the daughter. That's its definition.
No.
Yes.
It's like, okay, so like it probably how they had to do it back then because they didn't understand things. But nowadays we pay the father by quality time with the
Yes,
daughter.
we did
you know,
that.
spending,
Why?
like getting to know him, like
Days.
showing.
Days, think for yourself now.
We doing that
Why do you
nowadays,
think,
though,
Days,
in different
we
ways.
do that now? Maybe it's because women have said we are more than property and we are our own fucking individuals and we're going to be able to choose who we want to marry. And it's almost as if the end of the dowry system coincided with the fact that women wanted more autonomy and independence and rights in this world. Funny how that works. What a weird coincidence. You see how that works? It's an amazing thing, isn't it? That for thousands of years, women were
would
property
you-
of their fathers,
okay.
and they had to take money to go to the father. But then around like 100 years ago, all of a sudden that changes, and it coincided with the fact that women started to fight back and say, no, we're actually going to be taking on our own rights and our own independence. And now that system is gone, except for in the world, by the way. It's still here, but it's in the poor parts of the world where you have fucking these marriages where the father will like sell off his daughter to somebody at like a young age. Things that we greatly and very harshly disagree with, correct? Because we don't think that people should be sold off to marriage.
Hey, you said Genesis 28:12, right?
No.
Or what verse was it?
Genesis 34 and Exodus 22. It's Genesis 34:12. It talks about the bride price, the mohar. That's it in Hebrew, mohar. And that's an example of a dowry.
Hey, yo, Matt,
Yes.
how is it sweet but no sugar?
It has a sugar substitute in it. Probably sucralose or something.
Let me see. I don't see none. I just see natural flavors. It probably got something natural in it. Man.
Diet Coke has something in it. Diet Coke has. Damn. Why
Nah,
are we
that's
talking
low.
about fucking Diet Coke?
That's low key. Natural flavors are terrible for me. I heard it comes from goat ass.
It has aspartame in it, which is a
Aspartame.
sweetener. Yeah. Which is
Okay, I know that was some
But
like
back to
some
this.
type of like.
Zay. By the way, Zay, I'm saying that you should pay me the $25 because this is a well-known established fact that for thousands of years, women were sold off by their fathers to men, and this was how it goes. And the Bible gives you examples of it about how famous people were sold off to men by their fathers, and how this is laid down in the law going forward. And this is how we even did it like 100 years ago. This is just like how you guys don't know this baffles me because this is common knowledge about how it ended was because women fought back for it. So once again, I'm just asking you, be the better man, be a man, and pay me up because you were proven wrong.
Bro,
I
do
gave
not
you 3
try-
verses.
Bro, do not try to make me feel bad for not giving you $20.
You made a bet.
Okay, well you didn't shake on it. But
Honor
I'm
the
just saying,
bet.
God made Earth a better place. Women obviously
Honor the bet.
they weren't valued like they are today, and so are black people. That's why slavery was a thing. They weren't valued. That's why now none of that's a thing. God made this place
God
a better
also
place.
says that slavery is okay. By the way, you want to bet on that one?
God does not say that, but okay.
You want to bet me another $25 on that one?
Did he really?
Yes, he did.
Hey, man, I'm black, by the way.
He in fact blesses
I'm
it.
black, by the way, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty
All right.
hard, isn't it?
No, it's not that hard, man.
No,
The
said
reason
it's
why I
hard
say that-
knowing the Bible, the fact that
I never heard that before. I never heard.
Yes.
I'll be honest, man. I never heard the Bible had slavery ever, bro.
yes, the Bible has a Leviticus
That's not
25
true. That's-
and Exodus. Yes, it was.
That's not true.
Leviticus 25 and Exodus 21. God
Read
lays
it
out
to
the
me.
laws.
Read it to me.
Okay.
Read it to me, man. Because like he probably quoting something else. Like
No, this is
'cause
God.
that
Speaking. This is God speaking.
who would listen to the Bible if that was really in it, bro?
Tons of people. I argue about this all the time with Christians. Okay, so here it is. You ready?
The Bible is a wonderful place to get information from. It's the best book in the world.
Well, you might not like this verse.
I
No,
probably
let me
won't.
hear it, bro. Let me hear it, bro. Let me hear it, bro.
Yeah. Hold on. 44.
Neither of them never read the Bible.
I guess, dude. Speak when spoken to,
And the
boy.
Lord said to Moses, you ready? So this is how it opens. And the Lord said
All
to
right.
Moses, as for the male and female slaves whom you may have, it is from the nations around you that you may acquire the male and female slaves. You may acquire them also from among the aliens residing among you, and from their families who have been born among your land, and they may be your property. You may keep them as a possession for your children after you, for they inherit as property. That these you may treat as slaves. But as for your fellow Israelites, do not treat them as slaves with such harshness. See, right there, God saying to Moses, you may buy and acquire slaves from foreign lands and keep them as your property.
What Bible verse?
From foreign
Leviticus-
lands. Foreign lands is Africa.
No.
Hold on, bro.
Foreign lands
Zay,
anywhere
Zay.
not Israel.
Zay, he might
What?
he might be
Leviticus
saying something.
25,
Zay.
44. This is.
Zay, check the fact. No way, bro.
You want another one? You want another one? Where like God
son,
repeats
that's
the same
cap,
thing?
That's cap, bro. That's cap. Bro.
That's crap. Yeah, I mean you're calling your Bible crap because it is crap, but okay.
I never.
here.
I'm gonna be dead ass with you, Matt, bro. My parent. All right, bro. All right. That's gotta be quoting something else because if
No,
it really
it's
said
not.
that, you really think everybody in my town would be praising God if that was.
They
really
probably
something
don't
said,
know
bro.
it because no one reads the fucking Bible. That's the problem. Is everybody skips over Leviticus and Numbers and shit. This is known. As I said, the Lord says to Moses.
See ya.
This is well talked about. Read it amongst yourself. Again, I will quote it to you, starting in verse 44. As
It doesn't
for the
say that
male
anymore.
and-
That's Old Testament laws.
My
That's
pastor's
Jesus
bro.
doesn't- Jesus doesn't
they
contradict
took
it, by
a
the
bunch
way.
of stuff out of the Bible because of that stuff like that.
No,
They took a
didn't.
bunch of.
Jesus never
they,
said
they,
slavery
they,
is
they,
wrong. What? No,
They took
didn't.
a bunch of you can look this up. They took a bunch of stories out of the Bible because they were bad. and they took a bunch of stuff out of the Bible because they were bad. It's called Old Testament for a reason.
Oh,
Old
you see,
Testament?
Matt?
Oh my God, the it's called Old Testament because it was the Old Covenant, but it still has force with Christians because it's part of the Bible, thus part of canon and part of Scripture, which is why you still hold to it. If it didn't matter, then it wouldn't be in your Bibles.
I'm just
Right?
saying. Do you not believe in the God?
No, I don't.
No,
believe
because
God.
I'll
For
be
one of the
honest,
reasons
I'll
why
be
is
honest,
because
Matt.
your God says that slavery is okay.
I'll be honest, Matt. That would be a problem. That would be a problem because
It is a problem. It's not. It's not.
because
It would be. It is a problem. You know. You know how I know
because
it's a
it would
problem. By the way,
justify.
Days. You want to know how I know that it's a certified problem? Because slave owners would give Bibles to slaves in the South, and they would take out these verses because they didn't want to get them any ideas about the God being mean to them. Go look up the slave Bible. They like took out all the verses that may actually give slaves any hope and everything, and they only emphasized those that said that they should be in bondage. They cited this verse as one of the reasons why they should be able to own slaves because God said that it is allowed.
Or maybe it was a good thing.
Whose side was God on? Damn, bro.
Slavery was a good
All right,
thing.
Zay, help me out, bro. Zay, help me out, bro.
Maybe it was a good thing.
Slavery
What was a good thing? Well, like back in the day, mate. I mean, damn, bro.
See, this is how I know that you're not being serious. Because if you're actually being serious, then you're justifying the owning of
Damn.
other humans, Zay. Which is how I know that you're not being serious.
Or what?
You said it should that like maybe it was okay. I don't know about you, Zay, but I think
No,
slavery
son.
in all of its forms and at all time is bad. I don't give a timing to it. Slavery in the past was bad.
Dude, that's
Slavery
crazy.
I was
currently
reading the
is
comment
bad.
section.
No. Nah. I gotta talk, bro. I gotta talk because it's even from a black person out hearing this, bro. Why? Matt, you gotta explain to me, bro. Why are my black pastors preaching the Bible if it says that, bro? There's gotta be some gotta be wrong with it for them to skip past it.
God does not
It's
say
not that hard.
slavery is a good thing. There's no way he says that. It's definitely like it might be a metaphor. Like I'm so serious. That might be a metaphor.
It's not a metaphor. You want how I know? Because it was used to then, because this is the code. This is the legal code. Okay, Leviticus 25 is the legal code. God is giving laws. Okay, in this because had you read Leviticus, you would know that it's a bunch of laws and codes that the Israelites are to follow. And God is telling Moses what you should do, and He says you can own slaves, and then He gives rules about how you can get those slaves and how you are to treat those slaves. He is saying in all words but saying it's good, he's giving permission for it to happen. That is saying that it's okay to do. He gives rules and evidence and codes and laws for why you can do it. That's why it's a permission system that has been used for millennia to then force other people, typically black people for example, to be under the yoke of slavery because they cite verses like Leviticus 25.
Okay, honestly, I'm gonna be honest. Slavery is still a thing.
It is still a thing. I agree with you.
Because I mean the only difference is we're getting a paycheck.
Oh, that kind of slavery. No, that's no. That makes a trivialization of the idea of slavery. Okay, there are actual people today who are slaves, who are right now in bondage. Okay,
Well, yeah, look in China.
don't compare somebody who's making like a meager wage. Now you can use that word slavery in a loose sense, but it's not the same kind of slavery.
Damn, man. I mean, I say I got kind of where I'm wrong. I gotta say I'm wrong, bro. That's true. That's a problem.
No, there's no. Hold on.
It is
Help
true.
me out, bro. You gotta help
It
me out.
is true.
Zay.
Like I'm sorry, but like it is true. This is well-known biblical history, by the way. Like this is known.
Matt, I'm saying
you're
if
trying
that's true.
You're trying to renegotiate it away, and you can't because it's there. It's there in the Hebrew. It's there in the English. It's there. God grants permission to own slaves. Now you might not like that fact, but whether or not you're a Christian, you have to negotiate it away because there is not one syllable of the Bible that says that slavery in of itself is a bad thing, mainly because it was written by people at the time who thought slavery was okay.
So they is writing what they. So what you saying is they just writing what they wanted into the Bible and then wanted
I'm
everybody
saying
else to
that no,
follow
no. I'm
that.
saying that as an atheist who's looking at it from a cultural perspective. I understand why they um, did write that in, right? I understand that, but for a Christian, you have to believe it because you believe in God and you believe that the Bible is God's word. And if this is God's word, then God's word says from God Himself to Moses that you may own slaves, and that's a problem for you. Not
Yeah,
a
I
that's
mean,
the
at the
problem,
end of
bro.
the day, if
That's
you
the
die,
problem.
you're going to heaven. He's going to judge you. If you're not going to go, if he doesn't think you're going to go to heaven, he's going to send you to hell. So I don't know why
That's a
you
big
wouldn't want to
problem.
praise him.
That's a big problem.
It's a big problem because I don't think that slavery is good at all. And when you have the most important book ever written and it justifies slavery in one of its earliest books, then yeah, I think we got a problem there.
Nah, they're
Just
just
saying.
saying to cheat. Nah, they're just saying that you should teach that you should treat your slaves humanly and not as like an object.
It
That's
didn't
what
say
it's
that at all.
saying.
It doesn't say that at all.
I just read it, but okay. I guess I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Fuck.
you're wrong because in Leviticus 25:46 it says treat your Israelite slaves well, not foreign slaves. God distinguishes between Israelite
Dang.
slaves and those who are foreign. Because had you read the verse, He says Israelite, not foreign.
Is 4 says foreign, but okay.
Yeah, literally 44 through 46. 44 and 45 talk about the foreign slave, and then in 46 he pivots to those who are in servitude as being in the nation of Israel and says that those you must treat right because God only cares about the Israelis, He doesn't care about everybody else.
Yeah, I mean,
Which is why He did that. So once again, your point is not valid because God separates the Israelis from the foreigner, who He says you're more than welcome to treat harshly and to buy his property within the Bible because He lays out codes for it. In fact, He gave a ruling on it and says that like when you kill your slave, well, you can beat your slave, but and if they survive, then you're okay. But if they die, then you have to pay the master like some money because all they're worth is property. See how that works too?
Nah, hey, yeah.
No.
I can't fuck with that. I can't fuck with that, bro.
nobody's anybody's property though.
Yeah, nowadays because we have moved past this. And which is why I said that you shouldn't bring up the Bible to cite anything because you'll always be able to find something in the Bible that will go against what you believe in because that's the Bible. It has contradictions throughout it. You can find things that say that women should behave this way, but also have examples of God blessing women who are being very manly. That was my point all along. Because the Bible doesn't have one set rule. It is a multitude of books written by many people over a long period of time, and they each have very different conceptions about society and culture and God, which is why you shouldn't cite the Bible for a should and ought statement.
Bro, some gotta be right about the Bible for almost the whole everybody in America to follow it, bro. Some gotta be right.
Most
So
people
you're
don't
gonna
read the
sit
Bible.
here and say that everybody follows the Bible and nobody has read that specific verse. that
Yeah,
says slavery's
exactly.
a thing.
Like what?
You're gonna say that out of
Oh no!
8
Those
billion
that
people
have
on this
read it,
planet,
those
not
have
one
that-
person has read that Bible.
No. They have, and the ones that have read it usually become atheists. Isn't that funny how that works? In fact, my suggestion is to anybody who wants to get to know the Bible, they should read the whole Bible because you're more likely to be an atheist afterwards. Because when you actually read it and you study it and you really get down deep into it, you realize how bad it is. You realize, for example, in like 1 Samuel 15, when God commands the armies to go slaughter every man, woman, child, and baby amongst the Amalekites because of what they did to the Israelis, right? You read that and you go, maybe I shouldn't worship a God that said that it's okay to kill babies.
Hold on. Who? So they slaughtered who?
Whoa. Kill baby.
1 Samuel 15.
Okay, they
God
slaughtered somebody because they slaughtered other people. I
No.
feel like that's valid.
Babies?
Okay, Zay, okay. You see, when somebody's actually combating, that's why I got Zay here. He's actually able to
Babies?
combat you.
Zay,
onto
babies?
this.
Zay, babies?
Fuck it! Damn!
Zay, babies?
You know,
Hold
At the
on,
end
Zay,
of the-
before you say something. Babies. But here, you gotta see why.
I think they killed the
You
babies
gotta
as
understand
punishment.
it. As punishment, yeah.
I feel like
That's
they
not
did it
okay.
as punishment first.
That's okay.
No,
Not
So
saying it's
God
God's
told
plan,
people
not us.
to kill them because they killed other people. That is 100% valid.
babies kill other people. The
If
babies
somebody
kill other people?
Okay, let me
Did they
ask you
kill
this.
their babies?
If somebody
Did they kill
killed
their
your
babies?
mom,
Yes.
if somebody fucking killed your mom, would
Okay.
you not want to go kill the person who killed your mom? I mean, with that logic, you're a fucking idiot.
I'm not going to be killing babies. What?
At the end of the day,
By your logic,
Wait,
when I said, oh, you know what? I'm going to read the
bypass
verse.
the babies part. You're saying that if somebody,
No,
let's
no,
say
I'm not getting past
somebody
the baby
killed
part.
your mom, would you not want to go kill the person who killed your mom?
Want to? Yes. Would I? No.
Thank you.
You want to know
fucking
why?
thank you. You just proved your fucking point.
No, I didn't. My whole point is that your God said that it's okay to kill babies, and you said, yeah, let's go kill some babies.
Fuck it.
Because,
Dude, they killed their
because you're a
babies,
monster.
man.
But they killed their babies. That's
No,
why
they
God
didn't.
sent them
No, they
to kill
didn't.
their babies.
No, they didn't.
Oh,
You don't
okay,
even
so
know the reason.
So this is your problem. Let me tell you what your fucking problem is. You only like to hear the side of the story that you want to fucking hear.
No.
That's your fucking
No,
problem.
no, because had you actually read the Bible, God gives the reason for why this happened, and He tells you the reason why He's commanding it. It's because 300 years ago, this group of people attacked this one army from the back and killed some men, and so God then says, because they killed some men, I want to wipe them all out, man, woman, child, and baby, and including cattle, horse, and donkey. So in fact, God is advocating for genocide here and saying that it's okay to kill everybody because some people died. See how that works? So once again, your God is saying in this verse that He's commanding Saul to murder babies. And if
Bro.
you think that is okay, then you are a monster because you're saying that it's okay to kill babies. Which
Why are you
which I-
judging? You judging
What?
God on how the world used to work. That's how that's probably you. We're not born in that time.
Wait, hold on.
It's
You
wrong
don't think-
now.
No, wait. No, God doesn't change His mind. God has morals throughout. God doesn't change His mind. I'm going to judge what I see is wrong. Obviously. Right?
I mean, Matt, I get you, but like that part just don't seem like because that's just you can't judge people on like how the world used to work back then.
Yes.
That's how
you can.
that's probably how they used to like.
Days.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm
not
going
judging-
to mute. I'm going to mute, bro.
I'm not judging people individually. I'm judging your God who is telling you, and He should know better, right? He should be the ultimate source of morality, correct? I'm saying I think that's wrong because if we all think that this action is bad, then it should say so. Because if it doesn't, then you're saying that the highest worth, the highest level of authority says that it's okay. And then there are 4 days by your logic, you should be able then to go out and to be able to kill babies. But you obviously, Days, don't believe that. Or at least I hope
Of course
you don't.
not. Of course not.
Of course you don't. And so I'm pointing out that those who are Christian have to contend with this because your God said it's okay to do it. In fact, the theologians who actually wrestle with this question, they either say that it didn't happen and that it's all metaphor, or they say that it's okay to do it because God deemed it okay, and whatever God said goes. In fact, one of the most well-known philosophers in this actually said that. He said, you know what? God said it was okay, and therefore it's okay. He grants the fact that it was okay to kill babies, which I think makes you a monster. I'm sorry, it does. It makes you a monster, and it makes you a terrible human being because you're willing to twist your logic because you're not willing to be wrong and just admit that maybe this book is a product of a time that was more barbaric.
Look, man, but like, okay, I understand you, and I'm not even going to argue against what you just said, but like. But Matt, you gotta understand, bro. Why would they bring this? Why? Okay,
Hold on 1 second.
This book, all good, Matt. All good.
You go ahead and talk. You and talk. I can hear you.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like, why would it be pushed out on us with all these different things in it? If it's like, because they put where I'm from, they putting the 10 Commandments in the schools. If the Bible really this bad,
Yo,
why would it be? Why would it be pushed? You get what I'm saying, Zay? If the Bible really this bad, why would
because
it
we
really
have
be getting pushed?
because we have renegotiated away these verses, but they're still there. But by renegotiated, what I mean is that people have either explained them away or just pretended like they don't matter when they do matter. When you talk to Christians about this stuff, they just don't engage with it because they don't want to engage with it because they know how it makes them feel. Which is it's hard to get around, which is why even many people in those who are very committed, you have to just accept that this is how it is, but you have to renegotiate it somehow, which is what they just ignore it. And they say, well, it's Old Testament, it's not, my Bible, blah, blah, blah. But even though that this is this is the same God of Jesus' day, the same God of Moses, it's the same God. And by the way, it does have an impact on our politics because today, people in Israel, for example, use these verses to justify killing Palestinians. That's one example of a verse of this verse that I just cited you being actively used by politicians in Israel to say why you got to kill Palestinians. They cite this verse. So it's exactly the reason why this stuff matters, Days, is because it's actually being used to justify killing people today.
Fuck it. I'm just saying, the richest
I
people
can't
in the
stand-
world believe in God, and the poorest people are atheists. I'm just saying,
That's not true at all.
that 100% is true.
No, it's not.
Andrew Tate
richer
believes in
you
God.
get-
Look at him.
Andrew, yeah, and he's Muslim, by the way, and so that should be a problem for you if you're a Christian that he chose that rather than Christianity. But just saying also, actually, there's a strong
Being poor,
correlation.
yes, it is bad. God wants everybody to be rich, not
No,
poor.
there's a
but okay.
strong there's a strong correlation. Those who are in societies that are richer and who are more educated are far less likely to be religious. Whereas those that are poor and those that don't have much money are far more likely to be religious. That's why Africa, for example, nowadays is very religious, whereas those in the Scandi countries like Norway and Sweden are not religious. There's a strong inverse relationship there. But do you guys have anything else you want to add?
Anything nowadays. God says rich men don't get into heaven. God definitely does not say that at all.
Jesus said that it's easier for a rich man to pass through the eye of a needle than to get access to heaven.
So for a person to be an atheist and know all this about the Bible and you know God is real, why don't you believe in him? That makes absolutely no sense.
Well, one,
You
all of
read the
your-
Bible, you know he's
I read the
real.
Bible. No, I know he's not real because I read the Bible.
You read the Bible, you definitely know he's real. You talk about him all the time, so you obviously believe he's there.
Wait, Matt, what do you mean he's not real?
It means I don't believe. There is no evidence for a God.
Oh, nah.
So how do you think
and
the-
more,
Yup, Zay,
and
let's
more-
get him. Let's get him.
and more nowadays
Tag
too.
team.
I'm just
Tag
saying,
team. Tag
the
team.
most good looking people and every person that is like fit and everything believe in God. But all the people
Why
that
does
are
that matter at all?
fat, unhealthy, eat McDonald's, have hella acne are atheists. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, believing in God is a good thing, and you're out here saying that it's not.
Was that
The
a way
richest
to call
people in
me-
the world believe
was
in
that
God.
a way to call me
Every
fat and
single
unhealthy?
person that
No, I don't think he was
said
calling
that a way
you
the
to call me
first thing that they
unhealthy?
did before they
No,
got rich,
I-
they
no,
started
no,
believing in
one-
God.
Wait, Zay,
one,
No, he's
you
not
have
saying.
no-
He's not calling you fat.
No,
he's not calling you fat. He
you
says that.
have
He
no-
says that.
Well, one,
Like,
there's no
as a-
evidence for that anyway. There's no evidence for that anyway, so I'm not even going to believe that. But two,
Why everybody
does it matter?
believe in God?
What?
Why everybody? Why all our politicians believe in God? Why the sports? Why some
You want
scientists
to go
believe
on
in
what
God?
politicians believe?
Never mind, man.
So
wanna
what was
get
the
mad?
point of? So why did Jesus come down and start preaching about God then?
I don't
What
think
do you
he
have to say
came
about
down
that?
from anything. He was born of a woman, and he was a preacher, and he died on the cross. That's as much as I can say. Well, that's the problem also, but okay, sure. So
How is that a
that's
problem?
That's what you believe.
Let me guess. God
why
sent
does
his only
God-
son to die on the cross.
Why
That's a
did,
bad
no,
thing.
no. Why did a all-powerful God who can forgive sins anytime he wants to? Why did he need somebody to die for it?
Go- because God loves us so much that he sent his only son to die on the cross.
So
It's actually
God
in the
sent
Psalm.
his son. So God sent his son to suffer and perish for sins that God could forgive anyway, because he's God.
Yeah, because without
forgives all.
suffering, without suffering,
God
don't,
forgives
like,
all but blasphemy.
you won't know what. You know what I'm saying? Like without
No,
suffering,
he's
it don't make
God.
sense.
No. He's God, right? He can forgive anything, right? He's
Yep.
not limited by it, right? He's not limited by
he
the.
But
forgives
he
everything
has
but
rules.
blasphemy.
He has rules. Like Zay, what you told me earlier.
God
Okay,
got
is
seven
limited by
rules.
his rules.
let's say you had a house, okay? Let's say you had a house and you had 7 rules and your kids kept breaking those 7 rules. Would you be okay with it or would you discipline them?
What I would do is different than when
Just good
I
job.
can
Would,
do
would
it.
you discipline them and forgive?
Zay,
or
Zay,
would you
Zay,
constantly bash them
Zay,
and constantly treat them
Zay,
like shit?
Zay, saying what I would do is different than saying what I can do. If I wanted to forgive them, I could because I have the power to. Now that's different than what I would do. What my point is that your God chose not to do it, and I'm asking you why he
He
chose not to do
chooses
it.
to forgive you.
Because
Answer
Jesus
my
died.
fucking question. If you had a house
Hey,
and you have
speak to
7
me. No,
fucking
no.
rules,
Zay, shut up. Don't calm yourself. If you speak to me like that again, I will drop you.
if you had a house and you had 7 rules and your kid kept breaking those 7 rules, would you not forgive them and discipline them?
I would forgive them, and I would discipline them. I would
Thank
not
you.
send.
That's
I
what
would
God
not
does.
send. I would not send one of them to be murdered for somebody else's sins.
And that's not what God does.
Really? So God didn't send Jesus to die?
He sent him to die because he loves us so much that he sent his only son to die on the cross.
So he sent his only son to die and suffer because he loved us so much for sins that he could have forgave no matter what anyway.
I'm glad you get it now. Thank you. I'm glad you get it.
You believe that? That's a parody of
I'm glad
what
you
you
get it.
believe in, by the way. But
I'm proud of you. You're learning, man. I'm proud of you. You're finally getting it.
by the way, chat, he's too dumb to understand that like what I just said was a strong parody of what he believes in, and yet
Hey, that's my friend. Don't say that shit, bro.
Days, you
Hey,
got some
look.
odd friends.
Hey, man, look. This is my. I'll be honest. This is like this dude up here, bro. This is my boy. Like we been.
I'm done. I'm done talking to boys. I don't got time for it. I've wasted my afternoon. Thank you to Dr. Sonia. Thank you for the $25. Dr. Sonia acting like the bigger woman and the bigger person and actually paying what that boy what he owed me. So thank you. If you all want to pay for my therapy bill, you can drop me donos in my Cash App and Venmo in the bio if you want to. Nice haircut. Well, thank you. Is Dean live? Is Dean live yet, or Parker, or anybody live yet? Is Dean or Parker live? I don't know if they are. No? Very interesting. They must be having a fun Saturday. Just Santana? Oh. He's on pretty long. Santana's been on pretty long. Oh, my back. They spent all the chatter's money. Oh. Can someone give me Santana's TikTok? It's just Santana Debates, I think. I think it's Santana Debates. I think that's it. Oh, Santana speaks for you. Yes, thank you. Yeah, Santana speaks for you. Thank you. That's better. Did they leave the live altogether? No, I dropped them. I was talking to them for at least an hour and a half, and that was far too long on its own merit. That was enough time. As I said, I got friendlies in the box who want to talk, so I don't know what they want to talk about. I'll add some friendlies up if they want to discuss something. I don't know what they do. How was my day? It was good. I have a headache now. because I was speaking to some. Well, yeah. Hello.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm taking my enjoying my 4 days off from work.
Nice.
I did my 3 12-hour shifts in a row, and then I'm currently on my third day. I was gonna ask you, that conversation I had with those guys like made my head hurt. Like that was so bad. But it did make me really like just seeing like how you debate and how like Dean and Parker debate on top of just like my personal life. It's really encouraged me to want to debate more. But it's like the hard thing I have is like being confronted with really like bad people and just like the way that they communicate information. One, their information being wrong, but two, like they can be really aggressive about it, and for whatever reason it like freaks me out. Like I want to say something, but it's like it's so hard to be able to like keep my cool and be able to pull out the facts and information smoothly, if that makes any sense.
No, it does. I mean, I can usually keep my cool, but like usually I also match energy. So if they get if they get aggressive or if they start talking louder, and then I kind of match it. But I think it is hard. I would say practice is what makes it a lot easier. Is if you just keep doing it, then you kind of get used to it. And I'm also it is a lot easier for me because I'm talking about issues that do affect me, but not as much as some other people, and so it has this kind of like ease of like being able to talk about it in a way. But I understand how it can be hard. Especially when you are debating topics that are like very near and dear to you, or like close to you, and you have somebody who is not being entirely, faithful to the argument, or is perhaps being a troll. I have no idea. Like I said, I have no idea. It's just you have to go with it, and then if it gets to a point where you can't, do anything with it, then you just have to end into it and just move on.
Yeah, it's like the other day. So I got into an argument with like my dad over like the raw milk stuff because he is a firm believer of that stuff, and like I'm not. Like I believe in actually having regulations on it because drinking raw milk can make you very sick. And like it was like I was trying not to be mean because he had mentioned it like a couple days prior, and I was like, oh, cool, whatever, like trying to just continue on with my day. I really didn't want to be like, hey, like actually, I think that's a really dangerous idea. I feel like sometimes when I talk to my dad, it feels like it's like a never winning battle. Like, doesn't matter what I present, it's just like, if it's not what he believes in, it doesn't matter.
Well,
And-
some people are very difficult to change the mind of it, especially those that are older. It just is more difficult because they're more stubborn. They may be more set in their ways. There's also psychological biases that like play into it. So that there's like cognitive dissonance and like cognitive, motivated reasoning and things like that. So I mean, we humans are very good at kind of holding on to our already held beliefs and anything, and in order to change it, it does take a lot of like exposure. There's a reason why people don't often change like their beliefs on a lot of things. It's because it's just not in our nature to do so. So I mean, but I mean, you gotta just keep trying, and over time you either get weakened by it if he can't contradict it, or if he's not willing to change, then he's just not willing to change, and you can't really do anything about it. You have to just kind of accept that that's kind of how the humans are. For all of our sophistication, we are still primates in that way. So
Yeah, like I think the hardest thing is like because I'm transitioning. Like I think I was telling about you, telling I can't talk. I think I was mentioning it to you that I was transitioning from my community college to the university to do nursing school, and my dad, like, he just doesn't believe what doctors say, and it's kind of disheartening because it's like someone who actively is working in a hospital and trying to, you know, step up to eventually be like a doctor, you know, down the road. It's hard because it's like, so even if your own daughter goes into medical and works firsthand with these patients and does the research and does the exams, does everything that I would need to do to qualify to be able to treat patients, like, you wouldn't believe me, and like that sucks. Like, it just hurts. Because like he would rather believe RFK than people who have like, firsthand experience and have studied the material to treat patients properly. It's like it is so shocking and scary that medicine has become a political debate. It shouldn't be a political debate. It's medicine. It's the whole point is like to treat patients. Like it is baffling that now, like, you know, there's, you know, oh, vaccines cause autism, or, you know, all this craziness. Like, it's just so hard because now there's so much misinformation and fear mongering about life-saving treatments.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, and thanks for talking. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no
Means a lot.
problem.
Yeah,
Of
thank
course.
you. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye.
Zay, why are you back in my box? I dropped you for a reason. I'm not talking to you, dude. Go away. Hello, I'm okay. Thanks for asking. You proved your point. You didn't prove anything. You didn't prove anything. In fact, you still owe me $25. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, not too bad. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for bringing me up. That was really painful to listen to. Yeah, I don't remember. Oh, yeah, I was up here. I came in here because, I'm a Christian, but I'm, like, not insane about it, and I needed these two clowns to know that they are making us look bad. But, I mean, you know, I kind of, like, I talked to Parker about this a while ago, a long time ago, actually, like probably 2 years ago, because I have the perspective of someone who is willing to acknowledge that Christianity and religion as a whole, but I just speak from my own perspective that Christianity is personal, or, you know, it's to the individual, and that, like, part of religion, at least from my perspective, is picking and choosing what you want to follow. It doesn't make sense to me, at least, to follow a book to a T, which is why I'm able to, you know, embrace my faith. Like, the reason that I consider myself Christian is just because my faith brings me comfort. And when I was talking about this on that live stream ages ago, there were so many people who were just spamming, like, you're not a Christian, you're not a Christian, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, you know, y'all can take that up with God. I'm good.
Yeah.
It was just so funny.
I feel ya.
Yeah, and I just, like, hearing people justify their misogyny, their racism, all of that is like, not only am I a Christian, I'm a lesbian, and I'm trans, and, you know, I'm non-binary. I identify as trans, but, you know, I'm all the things that a lot of people seem to say you can't coincide with being Christian. So it's just like, I don't know. It's like, it's not that hard to just mind your own business. And it's
You'd be
like,
surprised.
oh no, I'm not surprised at all. It's just frustrating. So I kind of tried my best to do the opposite of what people like those two do.
Yeah.
You know, like, without preaching about it, because, like, it feels gross to try to recruit people, because it doesn't benefit me if more people are Christian, you know what I mean? Like, I have no desire to to recruit people, even if it's like benevolent Christianity, as Parker calls it, which I like. I think that's a cute term for it. I've never heard that before. I'm 25. I turned 26 in June. Mama Fent. But like, I don't see any reason to recruit people. I think it's important for people to know that like they can do. Yeah, I agree. You can have good morals without being religious. My religion and my morals aren't really intertwined. My religion is more about just comfort and security. It's just, that's how it is.
I mean, that's how it is for a lot of people, I think.
Yeah, for
You know,
sure.
it's that. I mean, that's one reason why I said a lot of people don't like read their Bible. It's because
Exactly.
they don't actually read it that much.
Exactly.
Or at least they don't read it in its entirety. They kind of skip over, like Leviticus through like down to the book of Matthew. They kind of skip over that
Mhm.
part, which is why many people either don't know about it, or because modern Christianity has kind of renegotiated away those bad verses. Which if you want to believe in that kind of stuff and still hold to it while and everything too, I mean, that's fine. I'm not going to hold that against you or anything. It's just
Yeah,
it's how you use it then to treat everybody else and to make thought
exactly.
statements. So
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. And to the person
Yeah.
who said so blind faith, what is faith if not believing in something without proof? Like that's what
Yeah, faith by definition can be blind. So I mean,
exactly.
but all right. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for coming up. Thanks.
Yeah, of course. Y'all
Bye-bye.
have a good one. Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. Sorry, I'm just seeing who else is in the box that wants to come up. Okay. I think I know this person, but okay. Well, no one's coming up, so. All right, we are out of guests, so. Oh, hey.
How's it doing?
Hey, I'm okay. How you doing?
Good.
What's on your mind?
Oh, the close of the Strader game.
Oh, yeah, the straight up moose, yeah. I saw
Yeah.
that, which is very likely to happen. You know what I mean? It was always going to be back and forth, so.
Yeah. Do you think Gavin Newsom is going to be new president or no?
Gavin, he'll probably run. I don't see a reason why he wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I mean?
heard that the Senate might become Democrat.
It's possible. It's still a long shot, but it's possible, yeah. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. So,
Yeah, it's like 50-50.
yeah, it's pretty nice. Well, thanks for coming up. Yeah, thank you. Yanni's here. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay, thanks. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I won't take up too much of your time if you don't mind, but I actually wanted to address something that I don't think is talked about enough on the social justice side for people who are like, fighting for, rights and, fighting against racism, white supremacy, all that stuff. I realized recently for a lot of people who are, they grew up in that kind of culture and are like religious people or ex-MAGA or whatever, the social phenomenon is like, from my perspective, seems to be more akin to like breaking up from a toxic relationship, which is like emotionally speaking, I've heard a lot of people say like they just give up on politics altogether and like they don't feel like anything matters and like stuff like that. And when I was on Santana's live, big fan of Santana for sure, he had this woman up and she was kind of speaking about how for her, she doesn't really understand how as a white woman she's still perpetuating racism as again the culture. And I think that a couple of the people on the panel kind of missed, like, I think this important point, which is for somebody who grows up in that kind of space, that is their kind of sense of identity. And as, people on the left, the people we want to get to join our, movement, we have to be, not necessarily, I don't think that we should like disregard our principles, but I'm saying that like we have to keep that in mind whenever we're discussing or talking to these kind of individuals, because on the live, there was a lot of like, I don't want to necessarily say, it's not bullying necessarily, but from
Name calling?
an outsider. Yeah, like she was like, yeah, they were saying.
I know what you're talking about, so I mean, you don't have to explain it. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And I think that like we definitely need more people with, I don't know, not necessarily like a clinical background, but with some sort of understanding of psychology and how human emotions work to join our movement and work coincide like with your typical debaters in order for us to really be, in my opinion, to be more effective at drawing people into our movement.
Yeah, I think I know what you're saying, and I think I agree with it. I think, and I think, that's a good example. Yeah, I think, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I talk. I mean, I'll go with it to a certain amount, to a certain length, but I think it's one of the reasons why I also try to have these uncomfortable conversations, because you have to have them, but it's the way that you have them that also matters too. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's the way that you have them, and if you do it incorrectly in a way that you think is correct, you can actually make them a lot worse off, because they start to resent the way that they were treated, and so it really depends on what your motivation is. Like if your motivation is to teach and to change opinions, then then you should probably do a lot better. If your motivation is just to shame or to I don't know what the word is. Shame or to
belittle, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah, to like belittle or something. Then that's a different type of goal. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's wise to like belittle people, because I think because I do think the way in which we we want to change minds, but. I'm not going to tell people how they should or shouldn't do it, but I think
but it's more
the results speak for themselves when you're not changing opinions. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and that's one more thing too about why a lot of people probably kind of got pushed in this MAGA direction, is because one thing we hear a lot is that the left is very like rude, they're very judgmental, they're very aggressive, and even though the principles of the right wing go against like a lot of morals like that genuinely exist, and we have technically the morally correct position, I think because we're not like, I feel like Donald Trump himself made people feel like they belonged to something and that they mattered. And I think with the example with Amber up on the live, she was she did seem authentic to me. Now obviously I don't know for a fact, but she seemed like a very authentic person who genuinely wanted to try, and she was like asking a question, and I feel like she may have felt, like her efforts were not good enough, and that she's being attacked, and that she needs to, disregard her own feelings, which I'm not saying to disregard them. I think that they're not always appropriate, but I think I don't think it's right to tell people to ignore your emotions, or that your emotions don't matter, because whoever will come up to them and tell them that their emotions do matter, they will be more loyal to that group or that individual who does make them feel like they do matter. Does that make any sense? I don't know.
No, it does. I mean, there's a lot of scholarship on the idea of like white grievance and like white rage, and often they say that the grievance is real, meaning that there's something that they do see their like material conditions changing. It's just that they are blaming the wrong thing for it, and so because they do that. I mean, I'm talking about MAGA, specifically, is that that they saw the world change around them, and they blamed other things that were actually not the case for them, because of that, they often, drift down that way. And I think you have to, that's one of the reasons why I think it's important to convince people in a way that speaks more to the cause of it rather than to like what they're saying, because they could be saying some like vile stuff, but it could be not something that they actually believe in, but it's just kind of like a misplaced anger that they feel at the world, where if you can address that, then you really change the whole ball game.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you.
Yeah. So, I mean, I understand kind of the rationale for it, but I don't like belittling people, even MAGA. Like, I don't like belittling people or bring people down unless they say some wild shit and like openly. And also, I tend to match energy, but if they're actually trying to learn and actually trying to, actually trying to talk and like be open about it, then I'm not going to judge them when and if they say something that is uncouth, because sometimes people just don't know better, and you have to teach them, and it's when they do it again and again, that's when it becomes a problem. But but that's the main thing. So I agree with you, like in the big picture. So
you probably have some MAGA supporters in the chat that you could probably bring up, so I'll get out of here.
All right,
thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you. Bye. Zay, it does not say that, Zay. Cliff doesn't know what he's talking about. He got beat on that point, by the way. Cliff got beat on that point. Come up here for a second.
Wow. Oh, how foul. Hey, pal.
Okay, one, you owe me $25 still, but then two, here's the other thing, okay? Go watch the debate between Cliff and Alex O'Connor, because Alex O'Connor dismantles all of those arguments that I just brought up. Cliff is right that God never says that it's okay. He never uses the word good, right? He doesn't say that it's good. But what he does do, and you can read this straight in Leviticus 25. Okay, he gives a permission structure for how you are to do it, which you have to agree that when you give permission for something, meaning that you are saying that it is allowed to be done, you are saying then that I do not condemn what is happening, because God is saying in Leviticus 25, he's giving rules and giving a whole legal system for how you can buy slaves, how to treat slaves, and how to pass them on as property. And he's setting that up as a permission structure. And my point is that a God that says that slavery is bad would not have done that. And there's a reason why God says, for example, that you can't do that with the people of Israel, but you can do it with those who are foreign born. That's where that whole distinction comes from, because God sets free some people, but he allows others, those who are born outside of Israel, to not be free. So that's the main point. It's not that slavery is a good thing in the Bible. It's that God allows it to happen. He gives rules for it to happen, and he allows the Israelites to do it based on their legal system.
Okay, but I mean, God can't really control everybody else. He can't control people killing. God, it is a thing nowadays. He can't control everything else. Like, you sit here and say that God allows it to happen, but like, it's not like he can just start killing people because they have slaves.
But see, Zay, the problem with that, Zay, is that God gives 613 commandments. Okay, 630 throughout the Old Testament. Zay, hold on, just Zay, just listen.
I got you. I'll respect you.
Just listen. God says. Wait, do you have me on speakerphone?
I mean, I'm on your live, so obviously.
Well, I can hear myself. You have to turn me down or something.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Is that better?
Yes, that's better. So what I'm saying is, though, God can 613 times say what to do and what not to do. Saying that you can do this and that you can't do this, but not once does he say you shouldn't or can't own people. In fact, one of those commandments is something that you can do, meaning you can own slaves. See that difference? So God, in fact, can lay down every aspect of a person's life. He tells the Israelites what to eat, what to wear, how to grow their crops, how to form their legal system, how to behave as a man, as a woman. He does all of these things, but the one thing he chooses not to do also is not to say that slavery is bad and that you can't own people. That's why your argument fails, is because he gives all the commands for everything else, but not this.
Yeah, but here's my thing. You said he gives all these commandments. He gives rules of slavery, but he also tells these slaves that freedom is also an option.
Not for foreign born, just for Israelis, based on the year of Jubilee.
Okay, define foreign.
Those who are not Israelites, God's people. Which is why in verse 46 he says you are not to treat those in Israel this way. That were literally slaves, unless you're saying that God enslaves his people, which I don't think you're saying.
No, this is what I'm
Paul's
saying
using
is-
a metaphor.
This is what I'm saying. Being a slave to God, like doing what he says, like if God tells you to do something, do it, because it's all it's doing is bringing yourself closer to God. God is already loves you, but if you're distant from him, it's your fault. Good. So now slavery isn't a thing.
You're renegotiating with the text because you're confronting that whole cognitive dissonance about your God saying it was okay. So it's like, well, God obviously changed. He obviously made sure that we changed. You're basically trying to give a reason why it's not saying that.
I mean, it's the same thing with the government, though.
All you're doing is giving one excuse for it. You're not really saying, and yeah, you know what? God did say that, and that's pretty fucked up, and that's pretty bad. Which is why maybe that we shouldn't, hold to the Bible as like this, as this like holy, infallible scripture. That maybe we should instead view it as every other book, which is one that was written by men in a certain time and in a certain society. Which is why I said you can't. Which goes back to my whole argument is that you can't use the Bible really to bolster your claims when it says all of this stuff that may in fact contradict what you're actually trying to say.
So this is what God did. He gave rules, like you said, for slavery. And when we weren't following those rules, he took it away.
No.
It's the same thing with the government. We have rules when we employ people for our company. There are rules that we have to follow. Like, we can't just fire.
God never
I can't
takes it
just
away,
fire
by the way,
somebody of
okay?
my company because I don't like him.
Actually, you can.
No, you can't. That's discrimination. I can't fire somebody because
it's
he's a
called
different
at will.
race.
Yes, not because of a different race. That's discrimination. But if you don't like somebody, yes, you can fire them.
No,
That's called
they
at
have
will.
to have a probable cause for me to fire them.
No.
100%. Okay,
It's called at will. Meaning they
No,
can have
you
any
can't fire
excuse within
somebody
the law.
like that.
They can have any excuse within the law, which means that they can't base it on race or sex or anything like that. But if they simply don't like you or anything, they can fire you. That's called at will. People have been fired that way many times. They just don't think that like you're a good fit. They can just let you go. That's within their right to do.
yeah, but you can't say, oh, I don't like you. I don't like this person because of the way you act. Now I'm going to fire you.
Act, yes. Act, yeah. What do you mean by act? You mean like how they do something? Yes.
Like personality wise.
Yes. You can fire somebody for that.
No, you
Yeah.
can't.
Yes, you have. Yes. It happens all the time.
No, that shit
Happens all
does
the time.
not.
Yes, it does. Zay.
They have to be
You're
like
18,
really
Zay.
rude as
Zay.
fuck. If
Zay.
like let's say somebody's emo, I can't fire their ass because they're emo. Let's
Yes,
say
you can.
somebody's fat as
Zay.
fuck. I can't fire them because they're fat.
Actually, well, fat, no, but those are physical characteristics. You can't fire somebody over physical characteristics.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you're talking about whether or not somebody is like likable or something. That's a personality trait. You can get fired whether or not you're likable or not. In fact, people get fired for that all the time for having attitude and stuff. People get fired for that all the time. It's called at will employment. Zay, you're just I don't like this argument, but I'm going to say it anyway. You're just too young to know this stuff because you're 18. Believe me, there will be employers when you get a job, if they don't like you, they can fire you whenever they want to. It's called at will. That's in your contract, and it's legal as shit. It's legal, Zay. So you just need to live in the real world more because that's how people go about jobs. You can't fire them for like racism or sexism or based on characteristics, but you can fire somebody for any other reason. Sorry, Zay, but you just have to like that's just the real world.
No, dude. You got to understand that everything that you talk about the Bible is not true. Like not like at all. You beat
haven't
around, and your
confronted
problem
anything that I
is because
said.
you beat around the bush.
No, I don't beat around the bush. All you know what that phrase means? I confronted every single one of your statements. Every
you
single
haven't.
one of your statements I have countered with evidence and with logic, and I have brought to bear. You're the one who beats around the bush. You bring up all these claims that are like totally not related to anything. I have challenged every time you made a claim. I have challenged your claim directly. I have never beaten around the bush at all. When you brought up slavery, I went to slavery. When you brought up the roles of women, I went straight to that. I never brought up anything else that are outside of any of them.
No, but you twisted my words though.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you
I
did.
said exactly what you
because whenever we were talking about that thing with Samuel, whenever you said that
You
about
said
the
it's okay
babies,
to kill babies.
I never said it was okay to kill babies, but then you automatically said that I told you that it was okay to kill babies.
You said, well, it is, you kind of gave this glib answer. So, okay, let me ask you again, Zay. Is it okay to kill babies?
No, it's not. But they killed their babies, so God sent these people to go kill them.
Zay, if God told you to kill a baby, would you do it?
If God told me to do it, of course I would.
Yeah, you're a monster.
How am I a monster? If God told me to do it, I'm a slave to God. God is king.
If God told you to grape a baby, would you do it?
What the fuck, dude? The fact that this stuff is crossing your mind is weird.
No, I'm testing your
God
logic.
would never tell me to do this. That's the
Wait,
thing.
why
God would never tell me to rape
tell
a
you to kill a
baby.
baby? Why would God tell you to go and kill a baby?
Why would God ever tell me to do that? Has God ever said in the Bible, "Hey, go kill the baby if you love me"? No, He has not. God gives free will. That's why I was talking about you about slavery.
Actually, God does. Actually, God does tell Saul to go and kill a baby because of how they were treated. So yes, actually, God did do that, and I'm testing your limit. Is there anything that you would say no to God to?
No.
Exactly. So when I asked you whether or not you would grape a baby if God told you to do it, and you're like, "How dare you ask me that?" You just answered because you said there's nothing that God could say that you wouldn't say yes to.
No,
So
I'm just saying the fact that crossed your
would.
mind says a lot about your character.
No, it means that I was thinking of the most disgusting thing that I could think of in order to test your boundaries. And you told me. You answered it by not answering it. So thank you for answering it for me, telling me that if God in fact did command you to do that, that you would do it. So so you fell into the trap by not answering it.
I mean, I'm just saying, at the end of the day, if God told me to do something, I'm gonna do it because I'm a slave to God.
Exactly, which is what I just told you. If there is nothing on this earth that can be conceived that God could told you to do and you wouldn't do it, that includes what I said, right? It includes that act, right?
Hey,
Because
let
there's
Dave.
nothing. No, I'm only thinking of one at a time. Two of you together are like fucking insane. So Dave can be next. But I'm correct, right? So again, you just are afraid to say it because you know how it makes you look.
No, that's just weird. The fact that crossed your mind.
I'm gonna
God
say it
would
again.
never.
I'm gonna
ever-
say
now,
it again. I'm gonna say it again. Is there anything that is logical and is possible that God could say to you that and God could tell you to do that you would not do? Possible.
No.
Not likely, possible. So, of all the things that are possible, if God commanded you to do it, no matter how bad it was, would you do it?
If your mom told you to go kill a baby, would you go do it?
No.
Yeah, you're a fucking weirdo.
If my mom told me,
Okay, if you were gunpoint to a head, rather you kill a baby or
no,
you die,
they can
would you
shoot
do
me.
it?
They can shoot me.
Yeah, you're on another. Bro, you're just trying not to get canceled. I think that's your problem.
No, I would rather die.
Fuck that. I'm lighting that ass up.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. Zay, that's why I said that you're a monster, because you're telling me that you're willing to murder a baby, and in fact you're willing to do a whole lot of other shit because of it. If some sky deity told you to, you're going to do it. Which is why I brought up the most terrible example I could think of, and yet you still agree with it. which is why you're too afraid to be canceled, because you know that if you actually said it,
Yeah, I'm not afraid to
you would be canceled. Then say it right now, Zay. Then say it.
If God told me to do that, I would do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you. No, I'm gonna ask you full on, straight. You ready? Here you go. Be the man and say it. If God told you to grape a baby, would you do it?
Hell nah, bro. People are screen recording.
Exactly. You're too scared to be canceled because you already answered it, though. You already said yes, I would. You're just too afraid to answer it because you know that it'd be used against you because you're a monster. Sorry, but I'm not going to talk to people that think it's okay to grape babies because that's what you think, because you already said that you did, because there's nothing in that God could tell you that you would say no to. So, yeah. So, bye. I'm not talking to fucking those who are, who are grape babies. So, bye-bye.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
So, you might want to disassociate from that guy by now.
If you ask me that question, it's like
you're breaking up, Days. Days, you're not there. Hello.
me personally, it's not like that's just not something I do. That I'm just not that guy. All right. You see,
I know you're not that guy, because if I asked you if God told you to murder a baby, would you do it? What are you going to tell me?
well, God wouldn't tell me that, but fuck no.
Well,
I don't even.
God has
Even
told me
if God did, I'm gonna have to go to hell because like, look, this is on me. Fuck that.
Exactly.
No, bro.
See, Dave, that's what I'm telling you. Is that you recognize the problem? You're just not willing to admit it. Whereas the other guy didn't see a problem with it, which is why he said that he would grape a baby.
Hey, that's not your friend. I'm sorry. Look. But that's the thing. We gonna make it work. Like. It's just. I mean, that does. Cause that's my boy. All right, that's my boy. I can't just like say like, all right. Look,
He said he would grape a baby, Zay.
He didn't say that. He
agreed with it. He agreed with it. He said he wouldn't say no because he was being screen recorded, because he already said yes implicitly. Why are you making excuses for bad people, Zay?
Matt, you don't get it,
What?
bro. That's
What don't I get? He said that he would grape a baby if God told him to. He just said it. He just didn't say yes, but he agreed with it in every way other imaginable.
Because I kind of left for a second. If he did say that, then we gonna have to talk, bro. But like,
you're gonna have a talk with him? Do you usually talk with people who would think it's okay to grape babies if God told you?
Because I have to get his side. I can't just say like, oh yeah, he did say that because you're saying that.
What other side is there?
He's been, dude. That's been my boy for 9 years. He never said nothing like that to me. So he gonna come say that
Check
to you,
my
bro?
Venmo.
Come on, man.
I didn't get anything on Venmo.
He gonna come say that to you? He never said nothing like that to me for the whole decade we've been friends, but he said that to you for 30 minutes.
Yeah, because I asked him directly and he said it. Like, I'm sorry, like, if that makes you, makes you upset because he's your friend, but if he's your friend, then I'm sorry.
What would you say to your friend? Like, what would you say to a person you would call your brother?
Oh,
if they said something like that.
Thank you.
If they said something like that.
Thank you, Stacey. Thank you. What would I say to them?
I want to get your perspective. Let me get your perspective.
Yeah, no. If someone told me that if I asked them if they believe in God and they say yes, and I said if God told them to do that and they said yes, I would not be friends with them anymore. Because I don't suffer people that would even consider doing that. Like, it should never even cross. It should be like the fastest no of all time. But the fact that he hedged on it, and in fact later did say yes, proves to me that he's a monster.
Man, no way he said that, bro. Man,
ain't no way he said it. Why would I make that up about somebody? Why would I make it up about somebody? Like I give grace to people. I asked him directly, and I hoped that he would say no. But he in fact said, if God commands me to do it, I'm going to do it. So sorry, Days, but you need better friends. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Nah, like Matt, you gotta. That's just like when you.
What? Like,
Listen,
you need to
I
just,
can't believe he said that when I left, man. Oh, yeah. All right, Matt. All right. Let's go back to our conversation, bro.
no, I'm gonna get off here pretty soon because I've been on for
Oh.
like 3 hours.
All right,
and my head
well,
hurts.
I just wanted to tell you this, really. I just really wanted to tell you this, bro. You know, I'm kind of like thinking about what you were saying earlier, bro. About the slavery thing.
Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Mute yourself, Daze.
All right.
Yo,
Zay, I'm going
What?
to ask you again. Is there anything that God could command you to do that you would say no to?
no, and I don't think he would ever tell me to do
No,
something as crazy as what you said.
That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you directly. Is there anything possible that God could ask you to which you would say no to?
No,
Not whether it's unlikely. I'm saying possible.
No.
No, right? Okay. That
Hey,
includes what I...
Zay. I just want to ask you this, bro. Because I wasn't here for this great thing. If God told you to kill me, would you do it?
to kill you.
Yeah.
He would never tell me to kill you.
Zay, that wasn't the question.
He would never tell me to kill you.
Zay, that's
He
not
would
the
give me.
question.
He would give me proper
Zay,
reason if
that's
he did.
not the,
but I'm
Zay,
telling
that's
you,
not
he
the
didn't.
question. If God said to you, "I want you to kill Days," and gave you no reason, just said, "Do it," would you do it?
I would ask why. You earlier told me if God told me to kill a baby,
Wait, hold
would
on.
I?
Why are you
You're
questioning
sitting
God?
here and telling
Why are you
Gabe that
questioning
I
God?
told him yes,
Why are you
but I
questioning
never
God,
said
Zay?
yes. I
Zay,
told
why are
you that the
questioning-
fact that crossed your
Zay,
mind says a
Zay,
lot about you.
Why are you
the fact that
questioning
you
God?
told me that.
Zay,
Huh?
why are you questioning God? If God told
I
you to do
wouldn't
something, why are you questioning it? You are questioning it because you're asking why. Why are you questioning God? God knows more than you. So once again, I'm asking you, Zay, if God
It's
told
okay.
you,
It's okay to question God.
No, it's not. God, remember what God told Job? Who are you to like question me? Who are you? You are the dust of the earth. I am the one who laid the foundations of this earth. Who are you to question me? So
Yeah, but God also.
but not with a baby. Because
God
when I
would
asked you when you
never
would kill a
tell
baby,
anybody to kill anybody, and that's your problem.
He said it in
you
1
assume
Samuel
the worst
15.
because you're an atheist.
He
and
said
that's
it
your
in 1
problem.
Samuel 15. I read you the fucking verse. What do you mean he doesn't tell anybody? He says it directly. He says it
Dude,
many
you're
times
a
to go kill people.
cornball.
No, you just can't read or can't
I
understand.
can read. And I can understand. I read the Bible every day, and I understand the Bible every day. This is your problem. You're
What's
like a
John 1:1?
paparazzi.
What's John
You're a
1 say?
paparazzi. Bro, I don't know verse by verse. I just
It's the most
know,
famous verse
like,
in the entire Bible, probably. What's John 1:1? What's John 3:16? Oh yeah, go look it up. Yeah, just get out of here.
Well, I kind of want to hear his response, so. To me.
There was no
To me.
response. He wasn't going to give you one because you're here asking him, and if I have asked him that with you not here, he would have said yes. Because when I asked him whether or not he would kill a baby, he just said yes automatically. He never said, "Well, I'd have to ask God why."
Well, I'm saying for me, if God asked me that, I'd tell him no to send me to hell, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's my best friend.
Well,
But I gotta ask him. I gotta ask him if he would do the same for me.
you
though.
would question because you have an issue with like God telling you to unalive people. He didn't, which is why I don't believe that guy was even real or maybe he was a troll. If he's not, then he's just dumb. Because frankly, he just said that there's no verse in the Bible that God tells people to like unalive other people, and there's plenty of verses with that. And in fact, we read one out. So once again, his comprehension skills are not on this planet. So once again, my point is still there. Find better friends. Find smarter friends. Because they're only making you dumber. Not that you're dumb now. I'm saying they're only are going to make you dumber.
Damn, bro.
Like, I have no mercy. I'm sorry for these men or these young boys, or whatever you want to fucking call them, who aren't willing to step out because by your age, I knew better, and you have no excuse for knowing better. The library is free, and so is the internet. Okay, I'm not I'm not going to coddle you. Do what?
Huh?
Say it again.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm listening to because like that, well, like I said earlier, that slavery stuff. It's just mad. Like
The fact that, the fact that you didn't know it is also concerning to me, because this is one of the most and controversial verses in the whole Bible.
Hey, well, I'm not around people that disagree with the Bible. You know what I mean?
Well,
So, like,
that's why I said that you got to think for yourself and have to start to expand your horizons, which is why you're in an echo chamber. And you need to get out of it. Which is now
like,
I brought it up.
But why is my pastor black? Like, why would he even be why would he even be worshiping the Bible?
You want the history of it? It's because the Bible does also include good messages, which are inspirational, right? Your pastor probably talks about the fact that God freed the people of Israel from Egypt. That's a good story, but he just doesn't also want to talk about the fact that God also says that you can also own foreign slaves, because they don't care to engage with that stuff. I mean, let me ask, like, go and ask your pastor, Dave. Go and ask, say, you know what? That story, I love Exodus, and I know how you talk about God, God freeing people, but I'm having trouble. There's this verse in Leviticus 25 that says that God says that it's allowed for the Israelites to like own foreign slaves, and he gives rules for it. See what his response is, because my guess is that he's going to give you some kind of renegotiation of the text, or say, well, it was a different thing, it was this and that. He's going to make it, because once again, as a Christian, you have to do that, because when you engage in the Bible directly and honestly, you're going to be a liberal Christian no matter what, because you're going to see that in one place God says something, and then in a whole other place he says something completely different. That happens all the time, which is why, which is my point still stands. People don't read the Bible critically. They just read the parts that are nice and inspirational, and they skip over the parts that are bloody, or about slavery, or about rules, and about laws, and about all this other crap. So that's what I'm trying to say, Zay, is that your pastor is not going to, he's not going to preach about slavery, how God thinks it's okay, because he probably doesn't believe that, but maybe he hasn't contended with that verse yet. I don't know.
And you see, that's why I'm happy I started thinking for myself. Look, I'll tell you why I say that. You know who I started listening to? What's that dude named? Alex O'Connor?
Yeah.
I started watching this dude's videos on like his arguments against Cliff. That dude beat Cliff. I thought Cliff could never get beat. And this banking outside of like Christianity. I gotta ask you, like, since you're an atheist, what makes you like this is probably the only thing that's holding me back from just leaving Christianity alone. And like not believing in God, because like my aunts, if I told my aunts I don't believe in God, they kick me out, right? Like I'd say, what causes you not to like murder people? Like if it's just like what causes you, like, I don't know how to say it, Matt. Like,
well,
what causes what's the purpose of life? You know what I mean? Like with no religion, we're just here. Yeah, we're just like here.
Purpose. You make your own purpose.
But like
you determine the purpose. Life has no purpose. Life has no meaning. Like inherently, life just is. It just is. Like all we are is carbon, and it's organic. Basically, it's organic chemistry. It's the right time. It's the right place, and time. That's all we are. We are the end stage, at least for us, of a billion of years of like evolution, and we are shaped by it. We are molded by it, and ultimately, whether or not you or I live, whether or not the human species lives, whether or not life itself lives, is of no concern to the universe. It is indifferent to us. Okay, so there is no meaning. You give meaning to it. Okay, you have to determine what your meaning is in this life. If that is God, or if that is some kind of divine spirit, fine, that's your meaning. But there's nothing about life itself that actually gives you meaning. You give it meaning. You determine what purpose you are here for within the time frame that you have.
So what do you think happens to us when you die?
I have no idea, but all of logic and evidence tells me that it's just oblivion. It's the same as it was before I was born. Just complete other, just darkness and just non-existence. Whether or not that's the case, I have no idea because I don't have any evidence for it. But
Yeah, you haven't died.
But
yeah.
but just as we had non-existence prior to us being born, it's probably going to be non-existence after we're dead, and that's just how it is. Which again is scary.
Damn, that's
as
like
thought.
trippy. That's like trippy. That's trippy to think about.
True for us all. Nobody knows what happens when we die, but I'm basing it on what we know. All I know is prior to me being born, I was in a state of non-existence, right? And I have no memory of it because I didn't exist. I know nothing. All it was just total oblivion, right? So it's logical to think that that's what happens also after I die because I'm gone, right? And so it's just now that might not be the case. I have no idea. I'm agnostic on what happens after we're dead. All I can say is what I see around me, and if it makes you feel better to believe that's life after death, then fine. You can believe that.
Yeah, but you
doesn't make it
just gotta
true.
be real. You just gotta be real about it. Damn. All right. I kind of see what you're talking about. I actually do see what you're talking about, though. Okay, man.
So,
All right. Well, I didn't want to take too much of your time, bro. I just got one more question for you.
yeah, what's up?
Are you going to teach me how to debate now?
Teach you how to debate. I mean, just watch, and you'll learn.
No. I can't do all that. I got
no one
visually.
No one taught me how to debate. You just do it, and you get better at it.
Parker told you how to debate.
No, he didn't.
Somebody taught you.
I went to college and I learned argumentation.
Oh
and
yeah,
I learned logic.
you are a librarian, so you probably already know this like from being like debate club or something like that.
Well, no, I wasn't in any debate club, but you just get used to it and you just hone your argument. You have to do it and you get better at it just over time. So I mean, that's just how you do it. You just get better with it over time. But it takes time, and you're 19. Like I wasn't a good debater at 19 either. So it just takes time. So I mean, just watch the lives more, and watch Dean and Parker and everything. I mean, that's about politics. But still, it does transfer over. I don't know. You'll be fine. Just or if you want to read a book. I mean, there's
no books.
Why?
Bro, reading, I can't do that.
Books is great. Reading will make your brain, grow new neurons and grow.
Yeah, that there's no evidence for that, by the way. But
there is. It's why we have children read, by the way. But
what, bro? Nobody
it enhances
reads.
their brain. People read. I mean, those that are smart read. But yeah.
All right, bro. Man,
Reading is very much correlated with intelligence. It's because when you're young and as you're growing, and that's for you, your brain is not fully developed yet, and so you need to read because it does improve your neurological structure. It allows have a better memory, better ability to connect things. So yes, reading is very important.
I mean, okay.
And you're gonna get don't go out and get a heavy book. Just go out and get a little there's
I tried reading Harry Potter. That stuff was too long. Couldn't do it, man.
That's too long.
Yeah.
I've read books out thousands of pages long, man. That's
Dang. I didn't even think
Harry
it
Potter's
get that
nothing.
big.
Oh yeah. Harry
Nah,
Potter's
but
nothing.
Matt, my phone about to die.
All right.
Yeah, well, what I was gonna
I'll
tell
let
you,
you
bro.
go.
I appreciate you letting me up.
Sure.
There's one guy on here that's actually probably one of the best left wing, right wing debaters that is unknown. His name is Falsey. I listen to him.
You mean? Or
Yeah.
F-A, yeah, I saw him on Dean's live or Parker live. Yeah, I'm. Isn't he the one who argued that wait, no, what did he argue? He argued about something with Dean. What did
He was arguing about E.J. Carroll, which I like.
Oh,
that I'm not gonna say I don't agree with Eugene Carroll. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
The
Trump.
fact that
I
they,
don't even like Trump.
wasn't he dying on the hill that like she waited? Oh yeah, he made up the argument that those who wait are like complicit in other people getting raped, which I think is dumb, by the way, because there are many people who are raped who never come out because of fear for things and for all this other reasons, or maybe they were raped as a child and they suppressed it or something. I mean, there are like many reasons why, so that argument holds no bearing to me. An adult woman choosing not to come forward for like their own reasons, I think doesn't mean anything. It just, that's a bad argument because it's not engaging with the actual question.
Yeah, you know, I don't really agree with Trump on like anything. You know, I'm not mad. You know, no madness around here, bro. So like,
Mustache Man wasn't bad. Ew, gross.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Someone said, that guy, that one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not even educated on politics like that. When it comes to other people, only Trump. I appreciate you though, Matt.
Yeah. All right.
I bet.
Bye. All right, everybody. I'm about to get off. I know Dean is live, so I'll send everybody over to Dean's live. Y'all can go over to Dean's live and actually see some debates there and everything. Avery, what do you want? You gotta be quick, like Muri Rapido.
What's up, Matt? I just want to start with, first off, I'm a fan. I want to tell you first that I actually learned to debate. I got into debating because I watched you and Parker, so I want to thank you for that. But I also want to ask you, since you taught me to debate, you educated me. I'll tell you the sources that I use when I debate. I use like AP News, NPR, PBS, Politico, The Guardian, PolitiFact, FactCheck.org. And I want to ask you, what other sources do you recommend?
Well, I mean, I always try to find the primary source. So, what they're citing, that's always good. So find the primary source. But I mean, try to stay within kind of like, so there's like a core group of like places to go for like pure news, right? So that's like the AP, that's Reuters, that's like Fact Check, Snopes would be good. And then there's kind of like some like, umbrella ones, like on the periphery, that are also really good, but maybe have a little bit of a tinge of maybe some bias at times. That'd be like the Washington Post, New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, CNN. It is purely news, by the way. There's not like opinion. It's purely news. Those would be like good news places. And then once you get outside more into the opinion stuff, that's where you have to know it. But when and if they are talking about sources or facts or things about documents, go to the primary source, go to who they're citing, go to who they're talking about. But you want to try to stay within the primary source literature and go directly from that. But when it's opinion or when it's purely entertainment, that's when you kind of want to stay away from things.
Okay. I appreciate you for that.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Appreciate you. You're the go, man.
Yep. A BBC is also good. Yes, it is. The BBC is also good. They're a little bit more on the left, but they're still good. All right. Well, I'm going to get off now. If in Texas have library card and we have free exit payroll, yeah. Yep. All right. I'm going to get off. Thank you everybody for being on. Thank you for the fun time, and I will talk to you all later. So, goodbye. Goodbye.
That's the problem. So I need to build a net. So we will build a net. We're gonna build a deployable net. I guess I could just attach a big cargo storage unit. Nope, too small. Nope, too small. That's just cargo. I need a bay. Ground anchor. Monitor. Oh, EVA jet. Oh, okay. Oh, here's a jetpack. Okay, but I would need to catch her first. Passenger module. We do have robotics. The thing is actually catching her with the robotic arm is going to be hard. We're on YouTube and we are on, yeah, we're on YouTube and TikTok. Okay, let's search up cargo. We want a bay. Okay, this is what we want. We want something like this, that we can just like open and close, put right underneath her,